Hello, beautiful humans. Happy spring. It's Ishia Lin here, helping you to celebrate life and stay alive. So the gauntlet of our humanity. Oh, crazy ups and downs, but we got a lot of tools to celebrate life with. Today, I want to just celebrate Equinox with you. And some of you might be wondering, what the hell is Equinox? And it's a good question. Equinox is the middle point between winter and summer. And in Earth Center traditions, the winter solstice and the summer solstice are on either side, and spring equinox is in the center. The darkest day is winter, in the winter solstice, and the brightest day, the longest day, is summer solstice. So in the center, then, we've got this balance of light and dark. And balance is an interesting thing to talk about. Balance in the body. We'll talk about that in a second. What I want to say about spring equinox is it's really good time. It's a really good time to get the body moving, to circulate the lymph, to help cleanse the body, dissolve any unnecessary fat. Some fat is very necessary, but some of the fat buildup from winter, great to get it moving because it holds some of the toxins. It's its job. And the lymph needs movement to cleanse, and the lymph can get sluggish in the winter as well. And so we've been kind of working up. The winter has been weaning off here, and now spring is going to quicken. So it's a wonderful time to start cleansing. It's a wonderful time to help the body come into balance. And the way I like to do that is with drinks and food, and certainly with morning practice, bodily practice, mindfulness practice. And spring equinox is like one of those little alarm clocks during the wheel of the year saying, hello, it's a good time to notice how you're feeling. And it was interesting because I'm becoming more of a global citizen. I don't have a set home. I'm traveling now. And I'm taking some months here in Hawaii, in a very remote place. And it's very unusual for me. I'm very much community oriented, and usually during these quarters and cross quarters, I'm celebrating, leading dancing rituals and workshops, and doing community celebrations. So I'm here by myself, just letting everything go and dissolve in my life to really experiment with my consciousness, come back to center, and see what is true. What is next? But what seems to be true is that I'm still very ecstatic about sharing the journey with others. And so now I'm doing that through YouTube, since I don't have a home base. And this is really fun for me. So I will be traveling around. So if you want to invite me to your community to be part of the women's circling or red tents, or we also do co-ed rituals around personal healing, shamanic healing, global change, movement meditation. These dance journeys I do are all about personal growth and creating aliveness in our lives through dance, song, circling. So happy to meet you and share the goods. So what am I doing today? I want to help you start your spring off with some cleansing. And what do I mean by cleansing? Well, first thing to know is I'm part of my lineage that I've studied. I'm part of the traditional women's shamanic healing arts. And so we don't believe that no eating, like a water diet, is a good thing to cleanse the body. Or especially for women, especially in childbearing years, it's really important to feed the body, to nourish the body. The blood cycle needs nourishment. The brain needs nourishment. So when I'm asking you to cleanse and add a cleansing drink to your diet, I'm also just asking you to just be mindful of what you're eating, maybe for a week. Maybe cut out, if you're a meat eater, cut out meats, cut out a lot of unnecessary carbohydrates, gluten. Maybe just keep a clean vegetable diet for a week, or you want to do some more raw than usual. If you feel like you need a grain to keep you, moving, busy mamas need fuel. I would say choose a brown rice or a quinoa. They have nutritional value and they're gentle. So millet is wonderful too. But we want to add this cleansing drink in the morning and in the nighttime. And this is going to help you with dissolving some of the fat and the toxins in the fat. It's going to help to clear and balance your digestion. It's going to really help with inflammation in the body. If you have any inflammation in your throat or chest, your lungs, any inflammation in your skin or your digestion, this is going to be really helpful with that. This drink and this kind of cleansing diet is very good for the womb and the women's cycles. So this time of year in spring, whenever there is a shift, a celestial or moon shift, sun, moon shift, celestial beings moving around, connecting with the earth. This is the time that I often see my clients, my women say, my period's late, or it's 7 days early. This kind of thing is really normal. The body is recalibrating to the earth's clock, and the earth's clock is recalibrating too to a new season. And we are part of the earth and part of the moon cycling, so we're very connected. So it's very normal. But doing a cleanse like this, having a cleansing drink like this, is very supportive for that, okay? So the spring is a wonderful time for cleansing. It's also a really good time for creating. It's a really natural, creative cycle where we've done all of our visioning, we've done all of our gestating, we've healed a lot, and now we're ready to take action. So it's a time sometimes of revving up, and sometimes we get overwhelmed. We have so many ideas, we have so many good ideas, and there's so many ways to participate and create new ideas now with the internet. So we can get really overwhelmed, not know the first step, and start to feel anxiety, start to feel a racing mind. So this kind of cleansing drink and changing your diet for a week or so is going to be really helpful for any kind of mental overwhelm, anxiety, and focus. It's really good to help bring focus and release brain fog. I know, so much, right? So much goodness in one drink or one drink process. So it takes doing for about a week. And like I said, have a drink in the morning and the evening. And so it's going to make that regeneration time of your sleep really useful, really productive. So let's get to the drink. And please, if you have creations and concoctions that you love that are healing and cleansing, and it's like your favorite spring drink, please, let's share. This is such a great joy to have YouTube as a way for us to share what we've gathered on our journey and to be a resource for each other. We all have ups and downs in life, and that's why I'm here. Because have all kinds of ups and downs and illnesses, and I've had brain injuries, and it's really the people who cheered me on and believed in me and kept reminding me of all the things that I love, and kept forgetting. When we're down, we sometimes need each other to remind each other what we know, what we love, what we want. So I am committed to doing these videos and sharing the immense amount of wisdom that I have been given by a whole bunch of beautiful people and a lot of wise women, and it's just time to share it. And I want you to know that you're not alone on the journey, and we've got a wonderful YouTube community here to help us on our journey, whatever's going on, and I hope I can be a good resource for you. I'm all about celebrating life, bringing life back to life, and really sharing the good news. So here's what we got. It's a drink, a cleansing drink, and here are the ingredients. And I don't offer how much of each thing to put in the drink because it really is personal. I'll give you an estimate, but it's really personal to taste. Like, for instance, I'm like love citrus. My body can't get enough of it, citrus and ginger. So I tend to put a lot of that in there. Somebody else might have real sensitivity to sour and to ginger, and they might not want a lot. So I'm just saying, you kind of use your intuition when you're making this and taste it, and you can see, I want a little more of this, a little more of that. So don't pour it into your glass, just pour a little bit so you can do the taste test and keep adjusting it. All right, here we go. So first ingredient, obviously I gave it away. It's lemon. Lemons or limes. I like to squeeze at least a whole lemon into it. Maybe a whole lemon and one little lime. And then the roots, obviously the ginger, like I said. Ginger and then turmeric. Turmeric is amazing for inflammation and a whole other slew of things. It's a very healing plant. If you can get the roots, it looks a lot like ginger, but it's orange, and they look more like finger-like. Wonderful. If you can't, you can use the powder. I find turmeric to be quite mild, so I mean, ginger, you really get a zap if you use too much of it, but I've never felt like I could ever use too much turmeric. So we've got lemon, turmeric root, and ginger root. And then the green part of the smoothie or the healing drink, is parsley and cilantro. Cilantro is very cooling. Parsley is wonderful for the womb and the blood cycle. It helps to build blood, and helps to purify blood, and it helps to release the blood. So it's wonderful for the cycling for the women. And then one of kind of the star ingredient of this drink is the aloe. Really cooling, very soothing for digestion, very good for the skin. It's got amazing properties. I've been using a lot of it here, harvesting it from fresh from the ground, but you can get the gel in a bottle if you don't have a plant. If you have a plant, you just cut off the skin and use the gel. And I like to use like 4 cubes, about 1 inch cubes into the drink. And then for cooling, it's wonderful. More cooling, you can use apples and cucumbers. Yes, wonderful. And then cayenne pepper. Be careful with the cayenne. I have definitely ruined soups and drinks with cayenne, just loving cayenne and then just overdoing it a bit. I have a really high tolerance for cayenne. I can't really taste it until it's like overly dosed with cayenne and nobody else can drink it. This is too spicy. So I would say start out slow with the cayenne. And then, so that's the drink base. You can add a banana. Bananas are fabulous when you're cleansing for the potassium. And they are really good for the brain fog and helping focus. And it adds just kind of a little extra weight and creaminess to the drink. It's really wonderful. So that's your drink. Let's go over it again. Lemon and lime, ginger and turmeric root, cilantro and parsley, and cayenne, and then apple and cucumber. And so really nourishing drink, really nourishing. And again, take about 8 ounces in the morning, 8 ounces at night, and it's going to help you to dissolve the fat, clear your mind, and any congestion in your body and inflammation. And it's just a great way to start feeling better, more cleaned out, and more balanced. Whenever we're talking about balance, it's an interesting thing, because balance, even with a body, you'll see a body in a balanced pose. But even when it seems like someone's got good balance and they're standing there in stillness, the body is still going back and forth, assessing and working with the fluids in the body and working with gravity. And so there's always this little teeter-totter